Job hunt and mining information video. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video we are going to have a look at where the jobs are, and on the information side of things we're going to search for a bit of information on the internet, because there's a lot of people saying that you can just learn everything that you need to know to get one of these jobs on the internet. I beg to differ. There's not a lot of information around, and the only access that you've really got to all the proper information is through the training that we've got online. But let's jump over and have a look at the mining truck jobs like we normally do to start with. And the reason that we look at these jobs like this is because most people that are watching this video for the first time are looking for a surface truck job. But unfortunately, due to automation, most of those jobs have disappeared. Now the majority of the jobs when you type mining truck into Seek are underground jobs where they can't replace them with driverless trucks. So if we go down and have a look, you will see there's a couple of surface jobs, and then there's an underground truck driving job in Queensland for entry level and experience. Barminco's entry level underground mining job in WA. There's another one for Dubbo. That's a surface one. That's multiple underground ones in Victoria. That's another one in New South Wales. WA, underground truck WA. Underground truck driver and service crew North Queensland, underground truckie, entry level operator, underground truck operator. You get the idea anyway. There's lots and lots of underground truck jobs around. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of surface entry level truck driving. Most of the truck driving jobs are on the surface. They're going to want experienced people for, unfortunately. So what's driving everything? It's the really high gold price. So it's well over $5,230 an ounce Australian, and in the US it's over $3,300 an ounce as well, which is really big. And so there's lots of work around the country on all the mines. These are all the gold and copper mines around the country that are looking for people, and so there's lots of work on all these mines. Where it's a bit iffy is iron ore at $100 a tonne, and especially if we flick over to coal, it's $103.50 a tonne as well, which at that price, a lot of the mines are very iffy, unfortunately. But there are lots of mines around the country looking for people, and if you want to get into the industry, the best way to get in is to educate yourself. So a lot of people say that you can Google stuff and you can learn stuff online, and so let's just have a look about scaling. So if a rock slides down your scaling bar, let's have a look at what comes up, and lo and behold, what comes up is one of our old pages. So it's underground training. So this is what comes up, is our course comes up. That's what comes up. And so this is a broken page from years ago that should have been clipped back in the day. It wasn't clipped, but it comes up here, and it's also, we've got our scaling procedure as well, which is another old page that should have been clipped. It's not the complete package. You've got to go on and buy it to get the complete package to get the full knowledge, but you get the idea. People telling you that you can just Google this information, you can't just Google this information. There's not a lot here, and what there is here, it's mainly for people that are already in the industry and know what's going on. The biggest problem when you are going and looking at some of these procedures written by mineral councils and all that sort of stuff, they're deliberately vague. And the reason that they're deliberately vague is because, as a mines inspector said to me many years ago, if I tell you how to do something and then you go and do it and hurt yourself, that makes me liable. And that's why none of these organisations want to put out very specific procedures that actually teach you how it all works, the nuts and bolts. It's just a very broad look at what's going on, using a lot of industry terms, and they don't really break it down. Ours is the only course in the country that teaches you how it all works and breaks it all down, so you can actually learn it and know it and communicate it with the employers in the interview. The only other way to learn this is to get a job and go through the company's programs and learn how it all works through the companies. So that's my big beef with anybody telling you that you can just Google the information that's in our training. If you Google the information to try and learn it, guess what comes up? Our training. So there you go. And if we come over to Seek, and you can see all the underground jobs come up, and there's lots of them all over the country. The entry level jobs, which a lot of them we just looked at on the other page, the truck driving page, they come up again. but there's raised bore offsiders and drillers offsiders and nippers, and it's all entry level. They're all screaming for people, and the easiest way in is to do the training and to educate yourself. The DIY package has got all the information that you need, plus full instructions on how to redo your resume and interview prep. 3-step plan package comes with a full resume service from Jess that does the podcast with me, and the Work Ready is the one where you get help from a shift boss like myself. There's so much work out there. It's all over the country. The mines, as you can see, this is the Australian Mining Atlas with all the gold and copper mines that are in operation around the country, and you can see there's heaps. And this is where you're going to get your job, and just have to go through and just apply once you do the training and make the changes to your resume. And yeah, there's lots of work out there. And congratulations to Kenny and Marcus that got themselves jobs. I will give you a proper shout out in next week's video. But if you've got any questions about how the industry works, please send them through. I know this was a short video for the job hunt video for the weekend, but I've been a bit pressed for time lately. So yeah, so if you've got any specific questions that you want answered, please send them through. If you could share this video around and like and subscribe the channel. Thanks.